Hey guys, it's Christy and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about if I could only keep one product in each category, and this is going to be all drugstore. So I got this idea from Kelly Gooch. I really love this idea. I love her channel in general, so I will certainly link her video and her channel down below. But before we get into it, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel before you leave. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's get into it. Okay, so I saw Kelly do this one all around drugstore products, so I thought I would do this one, and if you guys like this one, we'll do a high-end version too, because we know I love high-end makeup. That one's going to be harder, but I just thought this would be fun overall. Let's start with the primer category, and right off the bat I kind of cheated because I picked a face primer and an eye primer, but I don't know if that's cheating because they're different. So for the face primer, I chose the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is absolutely a favorite of mine. You can see I've used a ton of this. I just really love what this does for the face. I love that it fills in pores. I love that it just kind of smooths everything out. I don't know if it really extends the wear time of my makeup, but I just love what it does for the skin to prep it for makeup. So I really enjoy this one. And then the Milani eyeshadow primer is my all-time favorite eyeshadow base. It really just preps the lids for eyeshadow better than anything else, and it's not the most brightening base, so I don't tend to use it with pastel shadows, but it is such a beautiful, it's a skin tone. You just need the littlest bit of this product, and it just creates such a beautiful base, and this extends the wear time of my eyeshadows better than anything I've ever found. So I love this one. So for a foundation, a drugstore foundation, I would choose to keep the Catrice True Skin Hydrating Foundation. For the longest time, the L'Oreal Fresh Wear is my favorite. This is it. This is the be-all end-all for me. I love this one. This is very full coverage, but it's also hydrating. It doesn't look heavy or cakey, but it really just perfects the skin. I love this foundation. This is the very best foundation at the drugstore, in my opinion. You can't beat this. I love this one. And I like that one better than a lot of my high-end options as well. Okay, let's talk about a concealer. So I don't necessarily have a favorite. There's a lot of drugstore concealers that I really like. I love the e.l.f. Camo. I love the Revlon Candid, but I think my favorite is probably the Covergirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. The reason I like this one so much is because it reminds me a lot of my beloved One Size Turn Up the Base Butter Silk Concealer. It's very full coverage. It does dry down quickly. It's got a huge doe foot, but again, it's just so full coverage and it blends out like a dream, and it just stays strong all day long. So really enjoyed this one. If I can only keep one drugstore setting spray, it would be the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. This one's actually my project pan, just because my all-time favorite is the Charlotte Tilbury, but I really wanted to use this. I love this. This is very much, in my opinion, this is absolutely a dupe for the MAC Fix Plus. In my opinion, it's just a really nice, healthy, it makes your skin look so pretty and so healthy. It gives your skin a certain radiance, but it doesn't give you glass skin where you're glowing for days, but it just really gives you such a beautiful, healthy glow to the skin. So this is a beautiful setting spray from the drugstore. Favorite drugstore blush, and I realized I don't have a ton of drugstore blushes, but if I had to pick a favorite, it would be the Milani Powder Blush in Tea Rose. This is my favorite from Milani. I know they also have the baked formula that are, there's a couple shades that I think are dupes for NARS. I don't love baked formulas, but I love this. The imprint is so beautiful, so nice. This reminds me a lot of the Flower Beauty version. I've never tried the Flower Beauty version, but I've always found it weird how these are so similar. I just love this. This is such a beautiful blush. I enjoy this one a lot. It just looks so pretty on the skin, and Tea Rose is like that perfect pinky, neutral pinky kind of shade. It's just really pretty. I love this one. Okay, my favorite bronzer is, you probably already know, it's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I know it's everybody's favorite, and I've already done my Project Pan update, so I'm not spoiling anything here. I love this one. I do. I love the scent. I love how it blends. I love how it's lightly pigmented. I do not like the Matte Manoy bronzer. I find that one is just orange. This one, the tone is perfect. I love this one. And this one is in light bronzer, so it's the lighter shade, but it's perfect. A favorite highlight from the drugstore, if I can only keep one, would of course be the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter. This one is in the shade Daybreak Glimmer. This is beautiful. I love this one. This gives the prettiest glow to the skin. This is probably one of my all-time favorite highlighters in general, not just drugstore. I love this one so much. It's just such a pretty, it definitely is a little bit more metallic, but it is just beautiful. This one is definitely a favorite. I get lost in how pretty and shiny it is. Okay, my favorite powder from the drugstore, I don't necessarily have a ton of powders in general, and the powders that I really love are definitely more high-end, but the Covergirl Clean Fresh Press Powder is a really nice option if you're like me and you have dry skin. So again, we've hit pan on this one. I really do like this one. It's very finely milled, it's very light, so it doesn't make your makeup look super cakey or heavy, and it doesn't dry you out if you have dry skin. It doesn't make that worse. It just lightly sets down your makeup and it looks really nice. I really do enjoy this powder. This is probably my favorite drugstore powder. Well, that's why it's in this one, in this video, but it is definitely my favorite drugstore powder. Let's talk about brows really quickly, because the brow pencil that I would choose to keep from the drugstore, I don't actually have here at the moment, but it would be the Covergirl Microfine Brow Pencil. I love that one. It's such a fine tip, but it's not so fine that it just breaks. Like the Huda Beauty Balm Brows, it doesn't break nearly as easy as that one. It's super fine. You can really get those nice hair-like strokes. I love that brow pencil, and I'm kind of missing it. So I'm excited to get through some of the brow pencils that I have so that I can purchase the new one. And then my favorite brow glue from the drugstore, if I could only have one, would be the NYX Brow Glue. This is a very intense brow gel, and I'm sorry mine looks a little dirty. This is a very intense brow glue. So this one will give you that laminated brow effect if that's what you like. That's not what I like, so I do tend to just kind of brush it through my brows really quickly. I'll get them shaped the way I like and brush it through really quickly, but once you do, this isn't going anywhere. This is not going anywhere. If you apply a little bit too much, it will kind of ball up and you'll be able to see that in your brows. So just be mindful of that, but overall, this is a really good one. This will definitely not let your brows go anywhere. If I could only have one mascara from the drugstore, for the longest time, I would have said the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but for this one, it is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. I love this one so much. This is another one that I don't have right now because I finished it up, but it's got this beautiful hourglass shaped wand, which is my absolute favorite, and it's got fiber bristles, which again, a favorite of mine, and it does lift your lashes. I do not need to curl my lashes with that mascara, and it really holds the curl and makes my lashes look so thick and voluminous and fluffy, while also making them look just long and healthy. I love that mascara, and that's another one I am sort of missing. However, I am really in love with my Thrive Cosmetics, so it's not so bad, but I really do love that one as well. If I could only keep one eyeshadow palette, there was a couple that I thought about, and then I thought, no. If I can only have one, I want to keep one with lots of shades. So I settled on the Colourpop Stone Cold Fox palette. And I know this is very neutral, but this is just a game, okay? So you get this pinky row, you get these brownie rows as well, and then you get into some of these silvers. I just think this would be a color story that I could live with. I would be very happy with forever. I love my neutrals, so I definitely think I would be very happy with this one. And because I get so many options, I wouldn't get bored super easily, so I thought a Colourpop Mega Palette would be perfect if I could only have one affordable eyeshadow palette. I think all that's left is lips. So my favorite lipstick is downstairs in my purse, and I am too lazy to go get it, but it is the Revlon Untold Stories lipstick. So I love the Revlon matte formula that they came out with a couple years ago. Before that, I was never interested in Revlon lipsticks, but when they came out with this one, the matte formula is so beautiful, the packaging is beautiful, and Untold Stories is the most perfect everyday baby pink. It looks so, so, so good. It is the perfect everyday lip for me. And that's the one. That is the shade I've been looking for, I feel like, my whole life, and was never able to find it, and lo and behold, it ended up showing up at the drugstore. Okay, my favorite lip liner, the Milani liner. This one is their Color Statement Lip Liner. It's supposed to be long wearing, easy glide formula to line and fill. I have the shade All Natural. This is the one I have on today. This is definitely slightly darker than my natural lip color, but it's so long wearing. This is such a nice lip liner. It will last all day long, and it's that perfect shade. It gives my lips the perfect amount of definition, and again, it's just a bit more long wearing than some of the other options. It's creamy, but it's not quite as creamy, so creamy where it's going to slip around. It's that perfect middle ground, just like my Lawless liner that I absolutely rave about. So this would definitely be my favorite lip liner formula from the drugstore. And finally, my favorite lip gloss formula from the drugstore is one that I changed my mind about at the last second, because I was originally going to say the Maybelline Lifter glosses because of the way they remind me of the Fenty Gloss Bombs. But then I remembered that sitting in my office is a gloss balm hybrid product that I've been applying multiple times a day because I love it so much, and that is the L'Oreal Gloss in Balm. I love these. These were released, I think, in December. So I have the shade Porcelain Petals, so it's just like this little baby pink. It's a very sheer formula. It's got quite a unique applicator. You can see that, but this is so comfortable on the lips. This is like, it's definitely a balmy feel. This is the most hydrating product I have in my collection. It feels so nice on the lips, but it gives your lips this beautiful shine. So it looks like you're just wearing a really cute lip gloss, but it's this, and it looks so good. I love this one. I'm definitely going to repurchase this one. I might purchase it in more than one shade. I love it. And you can see I've made a hefty dent in this one, and I've only had it since December. So 3 solid months of use, and I've put a dent in my product. So that, to me, that says something. I can't speak highly enough of this. But that is it. If I could only keep one product in each category from the drugstore, those are the products I would pick. Let me know down below, what are your favorites? What would you pick if you had to do this? Let me know. I am so curious. So that is it for me today. Thank you so very much for watching. If you're new here, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. I do upload at least 3 new videos every single week. And that's it for me today. Thank you again so very much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!